Hi, my name is Lance, and behind me is my 2022 Sprinter van camper build. Took about 6 months, a lot of love and time to get this van built. I'll try to include everything, but I may miss a few things because it's got a lot of special stuff on it. This is the last year for the low range 4x4. It's sad that Mercedes decided to go the all-wheel drive. And if you're not really an outdoors person on the all-terrain stuff, the all-wheel drive is not going to cut it, man. You need that low range capability. It really gets you at a lot of bad, steep, muddy stuff. So basically, here we go. As you can see, first, there's a rooftop tent with a very big solar panel, puts out about 400 watts. We also extended our awning out there. In the front, we have the luminous bumper with the rock lights in yellow. We also have some lights up top. Some people ask why yellow. Yellow cuts through the fog and through the dust better, so it's good to have a mix of lights. We have the Warren 12-pound winch. Very powerful. You probably pull God out of his chair with that thing. We'll start on this side of the van first. You're going to notice those beefy tires on there. Those are the all-terrain 35. Yes, I said 35 inches on this thing. It's on the alloy rims with the quick deflate. It also has a semi-bead locker in it, so you can deflate these tires down to 10 psi. Normally, to deflate a tire, you have to put a little piece of pebble in there and pretty much wait like 10-15 minutes to get all the air down where you need it. This has a quick release valve. You can get the air down in probably about 10 to 15 seconds. We also have the Falcon fully adjustable shocks. It's 3 adjust with a micro adjust for everyday driving, so you can get it just the way you want it. This also has the Van Compass 2.5-inch lift. With the factory lift of 2-inch, the tire length adds another 2 inches, and then you have the Van Compass lift another 2.5. You're looking around 6.5 inches of total lift. Rear, of course, 35s. We have the also Falcon adjustable shocks back here, if you can see, with the beefed up leaf springs to carry the extra weight and keep it level. We have the Euro style windows. Now, these windows are very nice. They're double pane windows. They have built-in shades, which is really good to have if you're trying to keep your van cool in a hot area, especially if you're running your AC off batteries, which this fan does. What people don't like about them is the windows are made for flat surfaces, and Sprinters have a little curve to them. And so when you mount these windows, you get a lot of deformation. But what you're not going to see on this van is any deformation, because I have a little trade secret how to do these windows. If you ever look at a Winnebago Rebel, you'll notice the side window here will be completely deformed all the way around, and it looks pretty bad. And those things go for like $190,000 to $200,000. And it's a really simple trick to get it, but I guess they just don't care to figure it out. But you notice on these windows how clean it is around the sheet metal. Very clean all the way. Got the aluminum ladder rack going to the top, which will head up to the penthouse, as we call it. Got a rock light on the side to light the side up for you. Back here we have the Nomadic AC system. It's an 11K version. This van is very insulated, so it does a good job of keeping it cool. We've got good diamond plate up here, very sturdy, max air fan. We also have an additional aluminum rack, so if you want to carry extra storage box, bikes, kayaks, lumber, hey, whatever you want to carry around, that rack will hold it. It only has 1 bolt, so it can be easily movable if you don't want it up here. You can also add an additional solar panel, so you can have about 800 watts, which is a lot of solar. So if you want to run that AC a lot, you don't want to charge the engine up to charge the batteries up, that'll definitely help. This is the Roof Nest aluminum shell tent. It's a low profile version, but you can still close it with a sleeping bag, so that's pretty neat. What's missing is the square donut hole cut out to access the interior of the van. It's been hard to get upholstery work done, so I'm still waiting to get the mattress refitted. So that basically you don't have to go to the outside to climb in the tent. You can climb from the inside, and I'll show you that once we do the inside tour. You've got storage boxes or pouches. You've got lights. Everything is netted. keeps really dry. You've got about almost 4.5 feet of headroom there. So that's very nice and also very unusual in a rooftop tent to have that much headroom. So to be able to sit up and not have to worry about that. You have the skylight, which also has a zippable vent. Here you have your light switch. You also have a 12-volt plug, like if you want a fan or a space heater. You also have your USB for all your little devices. And we'll head back down. The rooftop tent, you can kind of see it. It's also got load bars on top of it too. So if you want to put gear on top of the rooftop tent, you can, but you're not going to be able to lift it. It does pretty good with the solar panel, but I don't think you can put more than 50 more pounds on top of that thing and still be able to lift it up. It's about coming around the back of the van. Got the luminous bumper. We have a full-size spare and a storage box. These open up. They're a little tricky at first, but a little lever, and then you can open them up and they go all the way out. We also have one here with the lever, goes all the way out and locks. Inside the van here, we'll open her up. We got the tweed fabric on the side. All this is riveted in, so you don't have to worry about it coming loose. This is also very insulated. You can see the pictures that I'll attach to the listing. Same on this side. This just has the plastic plugs on here because you might be able to get in there to access the door locks. You have to do a repair. You want to be able to get back in there. We have the shower head here. We have the hookup for the shower head, hot and cold water. This thing has a 3-gallon hot water tank, which is pretty adequate. It runs off the batteries. We have the inside tank, but normally it fills from the outside. This has 2 tanks, 20 gallons in, 20 gallons out. It's got a switching system here that you can alternate these switches. And what it does is you can pull from just the exterior tank, you can pull from just the interior tank, you can pull from both tanks. So if you're going from basically, you know, a cold area, you can use just the interior tank. If you're in the summertime, you know, you want a little extra water, you can go up to 40 gallons. You can also switch valves in here to just fill the interior tank or fill the exterior tank. You can also, if you're going from a warm area to a cold area and all your water's in your lower tank, you can basically switch these valves right here, turn the pump on, and you can pump it back up into the interior tank, so you're just not dumping and wasting your water. You have your LED lights, slide cabinets with trays all the way down. You have access wing nuts on these compartments, so you can get to the water tank, you can get to your lines behind there. It's got a fully slide out tray. It's about 500 pounds. I'll try to open it. There we go. I can do it with one hand. Goes all the way out, fully extension, which is pretty neat. Free hangs. This tray is about the size of a twin mattress, which also, if you want another sleeping area, you can put a twin mattress on this. So it's about, I think, about 75 by 40 inches, which is your twin mattress size. Also has your fork locks for your bikes or your mountain bikes, so you can keep these inside safe and dry. Try to put this in again with one hand. There we go. Up ahead you have the bed, which is slatted. It's also a Murphy bed, so this whole thing actually comes up and locks. This is a tri-fold mattress which folds into 3. You can put it off to the side, you can lift this up. This tray is also removable. It's got wing nuts, so you can take the whole entire tray out. So let's say if you want to use it for like a little office area to have a little desk and you need a little bit more room, you can take everything out. Also slide cabinets over here. Here we have the electronics compartment. You've got your 2K in Victron inverter. You have your 24 to 12 volt. You have your solar panel controller. You also have your battery to battery, which pulls off the main engine alternator. This van actually has 2 alternators. So one puts out about 1,000 watts, which is your engine alternator, which is good for most of the year. But if you're running the AC or you want to quick charge your batteries, the second alternator has a switch you can turn it on. It'll pull about put out about 3,500 watts. Right here we have relay switches. We also have your controller for your servo, for your Victron system. Everything is Bluetooth, so you have an app that you can open up which you can do your adjustments. You can check your battery voltage. You can check the voltage on each individual cell to make sure it's all in sync. These are all individual best cells, which is nice because if you ever have a bad cell, you can replace just the cells. Instead of spending $4,000 or $5,000 on a new battery, you can replace one of these cells for about $300. The BMS is also mounted on the side, so if the BMS ever goes bad, you can easily replace it. If you want to upgrade the BMS, which is the battery management system. That big blue thing on the end right there is basically all your fuse blocks for your alternator power coming in from both alternators, the DC going out to the AC system, the DC going out to the inverter. You need bigger fuses for that. You also have some small fuse blocks right here. Everything in this van is either fused or it's on a breaker. There's just too much voltage or too much power going through to have that risk. Everything is safety on this van when it comes to electricity. Also, sliding cabinet here with your trays. Over here, I've added a Milwaukee charger because you can buy hundreds of different tools, drills, chainsaws, circular saws. If you want to carry any of those around, you've got the built-in charger. Got your dim switches for your lights. These are kind of neat because they always go back to where they're set, and they're also dimmable. You can go up, go down. Like I said, everything is fused or breaker. All your main appliances have breakers, either it's DC or 120. All your outlets are also on breakers because, you know, if you put something a little too strong in that outlet, it's nice to have this switch, a breaker switch, versus replacing fuses. You can come back here and just go, whoop, flip it back on. You got the USB and a 12 volt. You got your power disconnect right here, so you can just isolate the batteries. You've also got a 120 back here. It's also a memory foam mattress. You have your lights up here. And you notice on the top here, this is all tiger strap bamboo. It's all pop riveted to the ceiling. All the framework for all the cabinets, it's also aluminum, and it's also got a bed liner on it. You got your lights right here. You can touch to turn on. Also got lights on this side. Touch to turn on. Oop, turn it off. All the trim work is all aluminum square tube. And you notice the quality, you don't see any weld joints anywhere. It's all clean welds, very clean. And it's all rhino lines, so you don't have to worry about it getting scratched or scraped off. So we'll walk around the van and we'll go to the inside. Let me sneak around this wall. Also another Euro window right here. As you can see, there's no deformation, very clean. You have your stakes for your awning. The awning is a self-support, but you know, if it gets a little windy, it's nice to have it staked to the van. There's little, basically pull-out legs right here, and you can attach it to those. The awning goes out about 8 feet from the van, goes down to about almost, I'd say, a little under 6 feet. You can crank it up a little bit too if you're worried about somebody running into it. We have a little outdoor cooking area. Just basically it's cut in here and it just folds up. It's got a little marina latch. You've got your 12 volt plug. You've got your USBs, which have little lights on, which is pretty neat. Your 120. This has got a little bar you put in here. It's actually really good, so you don't have to worry about a kid coming underneath it and hitting this. It won't go anywhere. So if you're boiling water, you have to worry about some kid getting burnt because they ran underneath your table. We got lights there. We got lights up top. Indeed, we have a vinyl plank flooring, very waterproof, very durable. A little bit of aluminum trim around it. Of course, you got to have your skull bottle cap opener. That's also, of course, light switches. Here you have your swivel seats, both swivel. I just have one swiveled right now. Got a little stainless steel trash can. Here is the second alternator disconnect and the power for it. So basically, you only need a second alternator when you're running the air conditioner or you want to do a quick charge. The second alternator is about $2,200, not counting the labor to put it in. So you don't really want to use it any more than you have to because it's very expensive. So you're only using that minimal use. You have the LCD screen. This van has a 360 camera view, so it's really good when you're navigating rough terrain or parking. You can get a good view of the van from all sides. It's got basic your cruise control, all that good fun stuff, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay. It's got a full-time camera rearview mirror, which is very nice to have. I can't tell you, man, you're driving these big vans, I want to see behind me at all times. So it's got a built-in video camera. It runs all the time. You got your bamboo shelf above the driving area. It's actually got a curtain rod too. So it does have window curtains that are made by Van Made. I can pull one out here. And these are pretty neat because they've got a marina grade reflectix, and they also have black. And these are reversible. So during the winter time, you probably get the silver part facing in. Summertime, silver out. If you want to just black it out, you don't really nobody know you're sleeping in the van, or be a little incognito, you leave the black out. And we'll put that back up here in a little storage area. Sits up there nicely. The curtain rod, you can put, I got curtains right back here. They're made out of also a very strong nylon, ripstop, waterproof. Those curtains are nice to have because those window shades, especially the window shield, is very hard to put up sometimes. It can be a little aggravating. So having a little curtain that you can just pull really quickly to block it out is very nice. Of course, you got your Laguna table. Goes every which way you could ever imagine here. And it goes this way and all that which ways. We'll put it out of the way for now. There we go. This is actually a jackknife sofa, so it actually comes up and it actually slides out to about right here. It can sleep 2 people very comfortably. You just kind of raise it up like that. I can't pull it all the way out because one hand's not going to work. But you also have storage underneath. Down here you have your convection microwave, so it can cook popcorn, it can cook pizza. Hell, man, you can cook about anything in that thing. It's basically an oven. It also runs out the batteries. Put that down. These windows, like I said, are very special. I really like them a lot. Right now they're closed. You can actually do a partially open by turning these like this. And you actually have one slot, which is the first slot there. And when you do that, it leaves it just cracked enough where a little bit of ventilation come in. But you won't know they're open, which is nice. Somebody trying to break in your van. You can also open them all the way. And basically, it's basically 1 click for a little bit, 2 clicks for a lot, and 3 clicks for a lot. They have built-in screens, which is really cool. And what's even better is for blackout. These are complete blackout shades. Go down, you can pretty much, all these windows, within 10-15 seconds, you're blacked out. If you've got the curtain up here, it's just quick. The magnet curtains are really a pain in the neck, man. You've got to take them all down. You've got to set them all up. That just takes some time, you know, just too much time. And you can't beat something like this, man. Go up, got your blinds again, go on down, and go up. One-handed operation. Got your window, you can lock it, and you're done. Also cabinets, aluminum frames, rhino lined. Marina grade latches. These are all lockable. Everything is lockable, so if you want to put valuables in a certain compartment, you can. These have spring-loaded hinges. You got little baskets up here for all your stuff. You got tweed in there. It's all bamboo on the top. Another cabinet. Same thing. Over here you have your fridge. This is the stainless steel dual compartment, dual zone. You can basically alternate the zones. So you can basically have 1 freezer, 1 fridge. You can have 2 fridges, or you can have 2 freezers, whatever you want. Very super insulated, very efficient. Nice stainless steel look. Very easy to use. Got a little thing, you just push, and it goes back and lives in its little cubby hole. You've also got a drawer down here, which is pretty big. That's about 18 by 30 by about 8 inches tall. Got another one here. It's about same width and depth, but about 11, 12 inches tall. Lots of storage. More drawers here. So like I said, these are all lockable. They have a little key right here. You can lock these. utensil. You have your true induction stove, just one burner. You have your stainless steel sink, soap dispenser, paper towel holder. You have your 120 plug here, USB 12 volt. In the back of the van, you also have, in the corners, you have 12 volt and USB. Also your reading lights. More cabinets here. We'll go down. You have your max air fan. The Tiger Stripe is kind of like divided. It's got rivets on it, so you don't have to worry about those coming out. It's up there to stay. There's the Nomadic AC. A lot of shelving, a lot of cabinets, a lot of storage. The bed is slatted, so it gets you good ventilation. Like I said, it does raise up, and it does go up to the side right there. The mattress does tri-fold, so it can be put up in the storage. This is a queen size mattress, so good sleeping room. You've got a little storage on each side, so if you want to put drinks, a beer, all your little gadgets, you can put onto the sides. I do have a slide thing right here, like a little door, so you can block off the storage compartment. It comes in handy if you're running the AC and you're trying to limit the amount of air you're trying to cool down. You don't want to lose all that cold air underneath your bed. Got a little captain's mirror here, so you can see yourself. We have the bathroom. This is an aluminum box. Kind of looks like a big safe sometimes. It's got the light. Lights are also dimmable in the shower, so you can dim them up, you can dim them down. Cordless shower, you got your thing to hang your clothes. What's really neat, you know, this has the S-Par heater in. A lot of people put them underneath the seats, but I decided to put it right by the shower with a closable vent. And the reason I did that, because if you look inside here, well, there's another shower vent, another heater vent, which is also closable. So what's nice is you can close this one out here, open this one, and preheat the shower. You can also dry your ski gear out, so you have them nice and fresh and dry for the next day. It's a really neat feature. Will come in handy. Up here you have all your controls, your Victron system, your S-Bar controls, your remote control for your Nomadic AC. These switches right here have lights on, so you know they're on. One's your water pump, one's your hot water heater, one's your electronic water dump, and also your battery heater. Yes, this has battery heaters in it. Batteries are more efficient when they're about 60, 65 degrees. And also you can't charge them when they're frozen, when it's 32 degrees. So you turn this battery heat on, which pulls off the engine or the engine battery, and basically it'll keep your batteries warm. It's got a built-in thermostat, so it'll keep those batteries just at the right temperature. So when you're ready to charge and drive, you don't have to wait for the van to warm up. The batteries will be ready to go. You also have your power converter on switch. You can go through the Victron thing and use your phone, but it's nice just to have a switch that you can flip to turn on your power converter when you need your 120. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh yes, we have the access hatch. So that's the access hatch to go upstairs into the penthouse. Like I said, I need a donut cut out of the mattress, but hopefully I'll get that done here soon. It's actually really easy. You just put your foot there, you put your foot there, and you can actually just hop right up in there. It's actually not very difficult. Even small kids will be able to get up there. I thought about doing some type of ladder, but it's just, you got to store it somewhere, you have to get it out, and it's actually not very hard just to hop on this and to get up there very easily. All the wall fabric is tweed. You got your bamboo trim around the windows. All of it's riveted, so you don't have to worry about it coming out, vibrating loose. Everything's tweed, everything's trimmed out nicely. Tweed fabric here on the top. All your wall panels, all riveted. All the way around, all tweed fabric, all riveted. Like I said, that's all I got for this video. If you got any questions or you're interested in buying this van, let me know.